Right, my name's John Pickett and I attended Pentredwr School 1943 to 1944. The headmaster then was Mr. S.M. Jones, who lived in Berwyn, and the infant school teacher was Miss Charles, who lived in Rose. The headmaster had a multi-coloured or two-tone coloured Austin 7, and he would pick up Miss Charles in Llangollen and bring her up to school. I can remember there were two big coal-fired stoves, one in each room. I imagine the caretaker would have stoked them up at the beginning of the day, and I think the headmaster then put some more coal on midday. We all had sandwiches, including the headmaster and Miss Charles. I think we had milk in small bottles, morning and afternoon. The girls and boys went out to play separately. The girls were in the yard nearest to Llangollen, and the boys were in the yard nearest to Ruthin. All I can remember, as it was wartime, the playtime consisted of being marshalled, drilled, whatever you call it, by the senior boy. We stood in lines, we saluted, we did everything that soldiers would have done. And then we had imitation motorbike handlebars made from hazel twigs, and we followed him round the yard as motorcyclists. I can't remember very much about any actual teaching, whether we were taught sums or whatever, but I can remember we had in the afternoon silent reading. During the dinner hour, S.M. Jones would read the paper, possibly the Liverpool Daily Post, and we would be out in the yard. I can't remember whether there was a bell to get us in, but we came in after playtime, and we were told then that we had to go to the cupboard on the wall, get a book and do silent reading. While we did this, the headmaster continued to read the paper and fall asleep. When he was fast asleep, we would all troop out and play in the yard, keeping an eye through the window to see whether he'd woken up. Eventually we would come back in. He would then realise that it was playtime, and we would go off again out to play. My mother and father realised that I probably wasn't going to get through 11 plus, so they moved me to the church school in Llangollen in 1944, and I passed my 11 plus in May and went to Llangollen Grammar School. The other thing I can remember is that the dentist, mobile dentist, appeared now and then and looked at everybody's teeth in what would have been the kitchen and gave us all a paper for our parents to sign to say we needed teeth out or whatever. I threw mine in the hedge, and when the dentist appeared, I was quite chuffed that I would be one of the few that wouldn't actually go into the dentist. Unbeknown to me, my mother had acquired another form, filled it in, and I was called in and had teeth extracted like everybody else.